It's 2025 and we are all trying to make the most of this year. Who else noticed that 2024 breezed in and out? Like, did you notice that 2024 just came and then just left?
This is nothing but a mad joke. It can't be possible. How?
So it felt like most people didn't get to do the things they wanted to do, or I don't even just know. But this is 2025 and I want us to all make progress this year. I don't want 2025 to be over and then you're thinking like, what did I even use this year to do again like you did in 2024? So this is what we are going to do. We are going to be talking about goals today, the importance of goals and why we set goals. And before we get into that, we need to know what goals are. So goals are plans, a desired result, a desired outcome that you want to see. It's something you want to accomplish. So it means it has not happened yet, right? It's something you want to see in the future. Now, we tend to mistake goals and plans all the time. Yes, I personally do use them interchangeably. I'm planning to do this, I'm planning to do that. But most times it's just a goal. For example, when you say, I want to learn a new musical skill, for example, I want to learn how to play a guitar, I want to learn how to swim this year. By the time this year is over, I want to be able to lose weight. Do you understand? That's a goal. Okay, now for you to actualize your goal, you have to pair it with a plan. A plan is the process. A plan is a system. It's how you get to your goals. Do you understand now? So when you set your goals, you have to pair it with a plan. How do I intend to achieve this goal? For example, you want to lose weight. You need to decide to yourself, okay, how many times in a week am I willing to work out? How many, like, what foods am I ready to cut down on? How do I actually achieve this goal? Or you, like I said earlier, you want to learn a musical instrument like a guitar or a piano. You said, okay, how many hours am I ready to train? You're an art lecturer, a footballer. How many hours am I ready to train for me to become perfect in this particular skill that I so love? That is the plan. You plan that, okay, 3 times a week or 4 times a week, I'm going to play this instrument for 1 hour, for 2 hours. That is what planning is. And it's important because when you have a goal, it's important that you pair it up with a plan because they work together. For you to get that result that you want, you have to pair them together. So goals are the outcome that you want to get, and plan is the journey. It's how you walk through. It's the process of how you get to your goals, right? So now you might be wondering, why do we need to set goals? Why are goals so important? Well, goals are important personally, especially when they are written down, when you write them down, because you clarity, like, this is what I actually want. It's one thing to just say, I want to buy a car this year, and then you just say, or you just like, I will like get a car this year, Sha. That's just a saying. It's another thing to prioritize it and be like, no, I really want to get a car this year, and then you walk towards getting a car this year. You know what you have to do. If you have to double your hustle, if you have to, however it is, you walk through the process. Okay, it's just different when you put it as a goal and when you just say it like, to have this will not be bad, child, or to do this. Do you understand? There's actually a difference there. Okay, so it helps to be committed. When you set something as a goal, you're like, okay, this is something I want, it's my target, it's something I really want. You actually are committed to it. Especially personally, like I said, personally, when you write them down, you're more likely to be more committed to that kind of thing than something you just say like that. Do you get? And then it helps you to break your task, like task complexity. For example, you say you want to get 10,000 new subscribers this year, or you want to get 500 followers this year. Then you begin to think, how do I actually get that? That's where plan comes in. You can decide and say, okay, for me to get 10,000 followers by the end of this year, I should at least get 800 followers every month. And then you can now break it down and say, okay, I want to get like 400 new followers every week. I don't know how possible that is. It's just a hypothetical whatever, I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm just trying to tell you that you can actually break down these goals into smaller things, and then to actually help you to accomplish your goal. Do you understand? Yes. So another way to actually accomplish your goal is to use the SMART method. I don't know if you've heard about it, but I've used it and it has actually worked for me. So SMART's method of setting goals, that is specific goals, measurable goals, achievable goals, relevant goals, and time bound goals. Okay, so you want to start by setting specific goals. What is that thing you actually want to do? For example, you set a specific goal. You say, I want to be able to lose 20 kg. You want to lose weight, right? I want to be able to lose 20 kg. Now that is a specific goal. It's different from saying I want to lose weight. Do you understand? You actually know what you want. How much weight do you want to lose? Okay, it's like saying you want to save money. How much money do you want to save? You're like, I want to save this year, I want to save this year. How much money do you want to save this year? You can say by the end of the year, I want to have 2 million or 5 million or 20 million in my account as a savings. 20 million at the end of this year as your savings. Then measurable. Now you should have a way of tracking your progress. Okay, now that you've created a specific thing that you want, how do you measure it? How do you track your progress? That's another way. That's the second one, which is M, right? And then you have a achievable. How achievable is it? You have to think from where you're coming from and where you want to go to. For example, you want to save. Let me still use the example of saving. You want to save 20 million this year. How much is your income, right? How much can you save? Like, how much can you save comfortably or even without being comfortably? Imagine someone that is collecting 30,000 naira a month, and like your whole income for that month is 30,000 naira, and you want to be able to make 20 million, like save 20 million at the end of the year. Why this is not impossible? Because anything can happen at any time. It is probably a more unrealistic goal. Do you understand? It's probably more an unrealistic goal, but like I said, it's not possible. It's not like it's impossible. It's actually possible. But then you want to actually set goals that you don't feel bad at the end of the day when they don't actually happen. Yes, it's good that you want to push yourself to be better and all of that, but you have to also be kind of realistic with yourself. Okay, then you have to set relevant goals. Do these goals align with your purpose? Do they align with your personality? Do they align with your values and your belief? Are they important to you? You also have to know that. Then you have to set a time bound. Okay, now I've actually been talking about this time bound is very, very important, because it's one thing to say I want to save money. It's another thing to say I want to save 20 million. It's another thing to say I want to save 20 million by the end of this year. Are you seeing the difference? I want to save money. I want to save money this year. I want to save 20 million this year. So now you've attached a time bound to it, and it's something that it helps you to work towards, because you've given yourself like a deadline, and then you actually work towards it. Do you understand? I use the SMART goals because it helps, because I can give a time bound to myself and I can measure my success, I can track it and all of that. But you can use whichever formula works for you. Okay, so this is just something I use, and then you can use anyone. But like I said, it's actually important that you set a time bound to your goals. It helps you to be more achievable. You know something about deadlines, right? You know how you have a deadline at work, and then all of a sudden there's this kind of inspiration that comes into you, and you want to like rush and finish your work, and you actually get to finish your work. But when there's no deadline, you are just relaxed. The moment you hear, if you don't submit this thing by so time, there's this pressure that comes on you, and then you get to do it. This is the kind of pressure that will come on you. I'm not saying it's not bad pressure. Anyway, it's a good one, because it helps you to actually achieve your goals. So I will see you at the top, right? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.